Greetings and welcome to the Sports Card Ripping Teacher. Have you seen the Denver Broncos? Once they beat the Green Bay Packers, they were like, you know what, we can beat anybody. And since then, they've gone on to beat the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. And I just saw moments ago the Bills fired their offensive coordinator. They're always the first to go, unfortunately. All right, class is in session. Today's lesson is dedicated to the number 62. Now, I'm always trying to bring you new numbers to the class. You know, Marco Rivera, that's an old favorite of mine. Marco Rivera, he protected Brett Favre's blind side and did it very well. But I've been thinking of late, the number 62 is Jason Kelce, the brother of Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, whatever you want to say. But he was on the broadcast for the Thursday night football game with the Bears, and I feel like it was a little just uncomfortable why he was there. And but the favorite part was things that happened before or after the game. He did go to a famous Chicago hot dog establishment, the Wiener Circle. Now, you may be thinking all hot dogs are created equal. No. That is not true. You know, there's got to be a good snap to the dog. It's got to be cooked just the right way. There are a lot of mush dogs out there. But the main attraction at the Wiener Circle is how rude and obnoxious the employees are. That's right. If you go there, you better have thick skin because they're going to be making fun of you big time. And the video that I saw online was not family friendly, but being to the Wiener Circle, it was perfect. All right, we're starting off today with our update for the PayDirt Fantasy Football League. I did not make it into the Final Four for the Fantasy Rip League. So this is all I got left, folks, here for the next couple of weeks. So Dak Prescott, like I said, man, he is on a roll, and he put me into first place for the overall standings. And look for Session 3, who's coming up from behind Doogie's dugout. He's leading the way with 10 touchdowns. I've got 9. Kid of Cards, he's hanging in there with 8. Cards by Mark also had 8 as well. So there's the standing, folks. So we're going to open up a pack of Bowman Ute, Bowman's Best. But before that, I'm going to show you what the Kid of Cards is going to get. Here is his custom card. Graham made this. This is awesome. This is like way better than any of the cards I feel like Topps has out there. So Graham made like a snow igloo right there, put some penguins with the ice. Sorry, this card is just awesome. So nice job, Graham. I kind of want to win this session just so he can make me one of these, or I just may make him make me one anyways. We'll see. And also we got a Micah Parsons coming there to the Kid of Cards and a few more others. He does love the Dallas Cowboys. So Kid of Cards, Brock, these are coming to you. I also have a bonus story at the very end of class today. So if you want to stick around, if you like Michigan football, Bo Schembechler, Jim Harbaugh, stick around. But let's see if we can get something good out of our Bowman's Best. I do have some, I think it's 2018 Optic, maybe the first year of Optic. There are no downtowns in that year's product, but I think maybe we'll open some of those once we're done with these Bowman's Best. All right, we got a Cam Rising. Tyler Buckner, he was supposed to be the Notre Dame quarterback of the future. Definitely not anymore. And there's Tua's brother right there. I don't know if he still plays for Maryland or if he transferred. I can't remember 100%. Trevor Etienne, man, he had a really good game watching the Florida versus, who was it? Florida versus, was it LSU, I think maybe? He had a really good game, a hard runner just like his brother. And that guy from LSU. All right, before I get to the story, I've been laughing all week. During the pack battle, a channel called Max Wax Stacks was talking about how his 80-year-old father-in-law calls, and I can't even say it right anymore, Shohei Ohtani. And all I keep on saying is Shohei Ohtani. So I feel like it's going to come back to bite me at some point here, you know, with the Cubs finally sign him and I get to meet him maybe, and then that's what I'm going to call him. But in his honor, I'm going to open up a pack of Topps Fire with Shohei Ohtani on the cover. But if you don't follow Max Wax Stacks, go give him a follow. All right, Cody Bellinger, fine year for the Cubs this year. Big Mac, Mark McGwire, Joe Ryan, I almost said Nolan Ryan. Shane Baz on the Flamethrowers. Badu, and Brandon Woodruff. All right, so here's a little bonus story that I have. This morning on the way to work, Dave Wanstadt calls into one of the radio shows, does a 15, 20-minute segment a couple times a week. And he was telling us how he was back coaching. He went to the University of Michigan to watch a practice, and Bo Schembechler was the coach back then. So Dave is watching the practice, and the quarterback, he could not throw the ball at all. He was throwing it high to the tight ends. If he was throwing to the wide receivers, he was throwing 10 yards out of bounds. If he was throwing to the running backs in the flats, he was throwing it way behind them. And finally, Bo had saw enough. And he yelled over to the equipment manager. He said, "Get me a deflated football now." And the equipment manager was like, "I don't want him to be mad at me, so I'm going to do what he says." He came back with a totally flat football. Bo walked over to the line of scrimmage, took the perfectly fine football, and put down this totally flat one. And he said, "You guys are so bad, figure it out. Play with this football." And Dave Wanstadt said for the next 15, 20 minutes, the defense was just teeing off. If they handed it off, all 11 guys were in the box, pushing them back 10 or 15 yards. If the quarterback was going to throw the ball, they were on him. Nothing was completed. It was a massacre. And finally, Bo Schembechler just kicked that old deflated ball out of there. He said, "Here, try this one. This is a football. You throw the football." And Dave Wanstadt later on told this story to Jim Harbaugh. And I guess Jim Harbaugh was just laughing about it and saying, "No, that's a really good story." And Dave was like, "Don't you remember it? You were the quarterback." Class is dismissed.